Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we bring you a 1986 Mercedes-Benz 2.316 Evo 1. This is a legendary vehicle. So much history into it. This car started live at several other shops, which were actually Mercedes shops to begin with. And a good friend of mine who owns one of these Mercedes shops asked me to do the wiring on this vehicle, and I went and proceeded to do that. We did all the wiring and the ECU and the fuel system for it, solved a few issues here and there, and for the most part, this is why this car is here on this channel today, because I'm not just a super guy. I love vehicles, and this car was just one of those iconic vehicles that I wanted to always work on. A little peek behind what makes this car so extraordinary. I'm going to open the hood here and show you the 2.316 Cosworth cylinder head that these cars came with. So the original washed electronic fuel injection system that was in this car was a little problematic. So the first thing that we had to do was address that situation with replacing that fuel system with the individual throttle bodies that are now being bolted onto the cylinder head. The plenum was designed for boost, but it works in the natural aspirated configuration this car makes. It doesn't make a whole lot of power. It only makes about 161 horsepower. It doesn't really need much. The car is very light, very nimble. And with that amount of horsepower, it's all about inertia. It's all about keeping the momentum of the vehicle, specifically on a track-based type racing, not drag racing, because this thing will never drag race. But on a racetrack, it will give you a run for your money. Even though it's got a lot of aftermarket goodies, we actually opted to keep a lot of the Mercedes OEM parts, like the oil level sending unit, the oil pressure, oil temp, so the factory dash works 100%. The other thing that was kind of cool and clever from the Germans back in 85, 86 was that they actually designed a clutch fan that was actually electric. So it has no resistance whatsoever, just freewheels. And then via the Haltech, we are triggering it through one of the outputs to turn it on, kind of similar to an AC compressor. Similar to an AC compressor, it kicks on and it kicks off as the engine requires it for cooling. And once it goes over a specific throttle percentage, we shut off the fan so it doesn't spin up to about 8,500 RPM, which is what the engine revs up to. So it's a pretty high revving little four-cylinder, 2.3 cylinders. So another quirky thing about this car is that we're still using the factory Mercedes oil cooler. But due to the fact that we have a plenum here now in its place, used to be an oil filter there. Now we relocated the oil filter down to the bottom here on the corner of the car. It came with a standard, oil filter relocation kit, and we were trying to figure out what filters to use with it. And it just so happened that it came with a 3/4 16 square pitch adapter, which we're Toyota guys, so we put a Toyota oil filter in it. This car is a Euro spec model. It's a little different than the US spec 2.316s that were brought over. So the standard 190 didn't come with all this aero that you see already on this car. This is actually factory for this model, but the standard 190 Mercedes-Benz that came to the United States didn't have all this aero. The over fenders, the louvers, and the bumpers were all different. This car in particular is featuring a set of KW V3 coilovers, which is something that they don't make for a lot of cars. So you can already know that this car has something very special behind it in order to be able to have the KW V3 coilovers on it. This car also has a set of Borbet 6-spoke period correct wheels. It just fits the car for its period, and it's just wrapped in Falcon rubber. Now it features a set of K-Series ignition coils, K-Series cam and crank sensors, K-Series coolant temp sensor, along with a few bits from a few friends from overseas in Estonia, Elba Engineering, another gentleman in Thailand, Hedgehog Engineering. They provided a lot of the parts for this vehicle and this build over the time that we've had it. On top of that, we are using a lot of XRP fuel lines, XRP oil lines. The valve cover was refinished by a dear friend of ours. So under there you will find the new anti-gravity battery and the Haltech Elite 1500 with the wideband controller. That used to house the factory battery in that corner there. everything works. Oil pressure, tach, coolant, and the economy gauge also works. So in this corner here, you're going to find a lap timer, voltmeter, and your oil temperature gauge. This is all factory stuff for this car. This also features a dog-leg transmission, and first gear is down here. If you want to go into reverse, you pull up and up to the left. That's your reverse, and obviously your sweet spot gears are, up and down. Also, we can't forget the service mode on all German cars is certainly incredible. That makes it so much easier to get anything done in this car. Alright. And here we're talking about the 161 horsepower that we're about to introduce you guys to. I know it doesn't sound like much, but pretty fun to drive. Here we go in first gear. Second? I don't know. That would be second, I guess. Let's take this thing for a spin. It feels special driving this car to me because one of my idols growing up was Ayrton Senna. And Ayrton Senna, 2 months or 3 months into his F1 career, entered a race called the Race of Champions. And during this race, Ayrton Senna, as a rookie, took on every single Formula One champion living at the time and beat them all in the same car, which was this 190 Evo. They all drove the same cars, modified in the exact same manner, which is exhaust, suspension, and roll cages. And Ayrton Senna literally overtook every single F1 champion in known history with this car. So let's give you guys a nice little full throttle right here. This thing, if you can get it going and continue to get it going, that momentum should be able to carry you and put some good lap times down. It's a really great road car, amazing track car, and it's well over 200,000 miles on the clock right now. It also has original motor and original transmission, so I think the clutch has been replaced once on it, but overall the car is still 100% stock original motor. So it's a lot to be said for the engineering that the Germans had in 1985-86 to be able to just take their stock block and just put a Cosworth twin cam head to generate 180 horsepower is what they advertised it at.